Hello, perfect beauties. So I haven't made a video in a little bit of time, or especially a heart-to-heart video. And I don't know if it's because I'm PMSing, but I just feel like the urge to tell you all this stuff I need to tell you guys. So I don't have a sister, and I've always wanted to have an older sister because I feel like being a woman these days is so freaking hard. You're just, my computer's sliding. You're expected to, I think, be so much. And with like a lot of social media and all these apps, it just makes everything a lot more superficial and complicated. And now that I'm like, almost 27, and that's very close to 30, I feel like I am just so much more secure with myself and happier as a person. And I really wish I could have told my younger 20-year-old self these things, or my younger sister this. And so I feel like I need to tell you guys this. First piece of advice I would give to my younger self, or to you guys, because you guys are like my daughters, right? Or like my younger sisters. I feel an obligation to tell you guys these things and not have you make the same mistakes. First thing is, get rid of your ego. If you're in an argument, just shut the fuck up and apologize. Seriously, there is no reason for you to put your ego up here and think that you are right and the other person is wrong. And yes, you might be right, and you probably think you're right, right? But there's no reason to destroy a friendship or a relationship over, a stupid argument. And I feel like, I have some friends who are like drama creators, and they're like, oh, this girl, like, we don't like this girl, we don't like that girl because she did X, Y, and Z. You know what? Just get a hold of yourself, okay? Life isn't perfect. Shit happens. Humans are inherently flawed creatures, or animals, right? And, things just happen, and stop taking that as a grudge against yourself. Stop putting your ego thinking that the world is going to revolve around you, that people are going to serve you. Just get over it and just apologize for whatever it is you guys are fighting, and say you're sorry and get over it. I will tell you 100% of the time, if you apologize, they're just going to be like, you know what? I'm sorry too, let's make up. Bam, bada boom, bada bang. And, this world isn't always about yourself, and especially like me having a YouTube channel, having a business, there's no way that I could have survived in this world without people helping me and without me helping others. And there's obviously times where I feel like I was right, I feel like I was better, or, I deserved more, or whatever. But if I kind of cut those bridges with everyone that I felt better than, or like I felt I was right, then I definitely wouldn't be where I am today. So it's just not worth the drama, girls. Like, don't talk badly about other women. It's just, it's whatever. And I'm like really working on myself. Like, I'm really working hard to not speak badly about other people. So what I do now is I read a lot of celebrity gossip, because I gossip nonstop about celebrities, but I will not gossip about my friends or people I know in my real life, because these are like real people to me, right? Celebrities are like whatever to me. So just don't deal with the drama. It's not worth it. You should be focusing on improving yourself, or going after your dreams, or making new friends or better friends, not with like this whole like drama thing, right? And it's just so ugly when you see other people talk shit or talk badly about their friends behind their back. Just like, don't even deal with it, okay? The number 2 thing is, girls, no guy is going to give you everything, okay? No guy is going to give you this world that you dream on a silver platter. There's no guy that's Aladdin will take you on his like magical carpet. You have to create that for yourself. And, when you're in your early 20s, you're young, you're pretty, you're going to be the thinnest you will ever be. So, stock up on those skin tight dresses, because I wish I could still wear them. But make sure that you don't like throw everything away for someone who promises you the world, because it's not real. The world is not with somebody. Just because you date this guy or you find your dream man does not mean all your other problems will just whoosh through your head. Trust me, the more perfect a guy seems, the more issues he has on the other side. We're all human. We all have flaws and mistakes. And if he seems too good to be true, he probably is. So make sure that, you prioritize your goals, your dreams, your education, your family, your friends, before you give it all up for like, a guy. Now, that's not to say that in a relationship, I feel like, you should work at a relationship and, spend time in a relationship and do things for each other. But I've had a friend who, she met this guy on like one of those like dating apps. And then it was her first boyfriend. She moved to like Arizona with him, moved in with him within like 2 months of dating. 2 years later, they break up. She gave up going to med school for this guy, and she's like going to therapy and taking antidepressants and all this kind of stuff. And I like knew from the get-go, like, you shouldn't be doing this. You shouldn't give up everything with this guy you met on like a dating swiping app, right? So just make sure that you have a sense of yourself. And once you're secure with yourself, and once you're happy with yourself, and once you know what you want, the right guy will be there for you. But don't think that because you're insecure and because you want something, that this person will offer it to you. Like, there's no free lunch in this world. So just make sure that you have things that you rely on, your goals and your dreams, to move forward to. Okay, does that make any sense? I'm not exactly sure. The third tip of advice I would give is to have your own investments and to buy things that are investments, not liabilities. There's a book called Rich Dad, Poor Dad, and I highly recommend you guys to read it or listen to it or like read the summary. But, I want you girls to be financially free, whatever that means for you. And I want you girls to, have your own careers and have your own life, and not have like credit card people calling you, or like debt collectors calling you, or getting your home foreclosed and all those things. And girls, okay, the lives you see on YouTube of these YouTube bloggers, or the lives you see of these Instagram girls, they might be in like mound full of debt, and you don't know that because you just see what's on their Instagram photo, right? And you know how that like misleading those things can be. So don't believe that you need to live a certain lifestyle to keep up with these people, because you don't know what's going on behind the scenes. So don't spend money on things that you can't afford, and don't spend money on things that are ridiculous. If you make minimum wage, do not go out and buy a pair of Valentino Rockstud shoes, because that is basically your wage after tax, and you still need to pay your bills, your rent, and all that kind of stuff. So don't do that, okay? So always save money, have investments, or, put money in your 401k, or put money in certain areas where you cannot take it out, like your 401k or like Roth IRA or whatever. If you need help with it, ask like, I don't know, you can just Google like Susie Orman or whatever, and there'll be resources. But you always want to have a safety net. You don't want to be in debt, because when you're in debt, when you have credit card people coming after you, you won't be able to buy your dream home, or your life will just be limited because of that. So don't do that. Okay, next thing is, don't fall in love with the guy too early, or girl. Don't fall in love too young. I will not let my daughter date until she goes to college, if I have a daughter, because I think when you're younger as a female, when I was 18, 19, 20 years old, I was so insecure. Like back then, I was always thinking like, oh my God, am I not pretty enough? Is my nose too big? Is my hair is my hair too thick? Is my, like I had really bad acne too, so I was just super insecure about everything about myself. And I think to fall in love with someone else who is also pretty insecure, and you're pretty insecure because you guys are so young, and if it just breaks apart, it's just going to be a terrible mess, because you don't know how to bounce yourself back up. You don't have a lot of exploration to do. You don't feel like you have a lot of security in yourself, because you never discovered yourself with someone other than, that boyfriend of yours. So I would just say, if, you're not in college yet, don't rush to find a boyfriend or to fall in love. Focus on yourself. Do things for yourself. Travel work out, I don't know, just do things that make you feel better about yourself. Because when you feel good about yourself and you're secure in who you are, then you know what you have to offer to someone, and you know what your insecurities are, and you know where your strengths are, and you also know that if it doesn't work out with this person, I will still be okay because I lived such a great life beforehand without them, right? So I would highly suggest not falling in love too young, and I am very, very glad that, when I first had my boyfriend, I was still I was towards the end of my college years. So, I already went through 4 years of college without this guy. And when it ended, I was like, you know what? It sucks. It hurts. I feel like shit. But at least I know that I've survived these many years on my own without anyone. And I know I can still do that again. Oh, it must be so scary to have a daughter. Oh my God, I'm so scared if I ever have a daughter, because I just feel like life for women is just so much, I don't know, harder maybe. Okay, next thing is, because you're a woman doesn't mean you don't belong where you are. So I am a businesswoman. I'm very ambitious and driven, and I go to a lot of conferences and things like that. And, sometimes I'll have my boots on and my fake nails and my fake eyelashes. And it's just weird because everyone there is a 35-year-old male, balding, white male, whatever. And it's I'm the only girl, and I'm super girly. So sometimes I feel like an imposter. I tell myself, you don't belong there. You're not good enough to be there. Nobody will ever talk to you or give you a chance or help you with whatever it is you need help with. But regardless of those voices I have in the back of my head, I tell myself, who gives a fuck? And I just go for it. I go, I network. I tell myself that I deserve to be there just as much as all the other people there do. And I think this goes true with a lot of more ambitious women, or women in fields that are not typically female dominated, like maybe business or law or finance or I don't know, construction, if that's what you like. Just because you're a woman doesn't mean you don't deserve to be there. And I know it feels weird because you feel like the odd one out and you feel so awkward and strange, but realize that that's going to make you who you are, and you deserve just as much to be there as anybody else does, and you're going to blow them out of the water. I went to this one startup event, and I remember before everybody was sitting at the table where we were going to discuss business and things, these guys were all old, gray hair, they were married, and I was this young Asian female. I was oh my God, I do not belong here. But I told myself to sit in that damn chair and talk and just be there with everybody else. And I realized that I had the most advanced business out of all of them because they were just all starting out, and that I was able to offer so much help to the other people, and that, people, I guess, are really surprised at how much I had to offer. So don't think because you're a woman or because you don't fit in with this crowd that you don't belong there. I mean, we're having Hillary run for president, and, women were just making so much strides. We're starting to be the breadwinners of our family, and we're graduating college at a higher rate. And so don't think that, don't think that you don't deserve to be somewhere, because you do. You are just as smart and capable as anyone else is, any man is, right? Okay, what else would I say? Oh, if you start dating a guy, do not neglect all your girlfriends, because it has happened to me where my, girlfriend will just off the face of the earth, and it's frustrating because it's well, I invested this time into having a friend, and now you're flaking every time, and all you talk about, we never hang out, and the times we do hang out, it's all about your boyfriend problems. So, just don't be that girl. Don't be that girl who ditches her friends for the guy. And, you know, if you guys do break up, who are you going to go to? Who are you going to hang out with? You can't expect your friends just to, like, be there for you, right? I think a lot of things in life you learn, like, you can't just expect people to do all these things for you without you having to do things for them. Life is all about give and take. And, you know, I think it's weird because when you're young and you're pretty and all that, like, you think, you know, people are more obliged to, like, treat you well and nicely. But don't rely on that for the rest of your life, and don't think that, you know, you are entitled to anything or you're better than other people, because you're not, frankly. Okay? Yeah, so that's kind of it for, I guess, like, tips I have to my younger self, or to my sister. I want to do more of these videos, like heart to heart, where I chat with you guys, because I really do miss, like, doing these heart to heart things. So let me know what you guys think, or what else you want me to talk to you guys about. I have, like, some other video ideas coming up, like my must-haves for being a modern, like, 20-year-old girl, like, in terms of beauty and fashion, or maybe, like, dating advice, or all that. Never ever say to yourself, I wish I slept with that man sooner. Remember that, okay? You will never say that to yourself. Just saying.